why are the men and women that you're sitting up on the stage with so important to at-risk youth in this community?
Good question. And I'm thrilled to be here to answer that. I can't think of anything I'd rather advocate for than mentoring. And not just from my experiences in the last couple of years with the Midlands Mentoring Partnership, where I've had a tremendous amount of opportunity to attend research symposiums across the country and learn about, top mentoring standards and practices and the impact that mentoring makes in our community. But I also have been, my husband and I have had quite a few foster care youth live with us, and we had one foster son that had a Big for several years from Big Brother, Big Sister. Also, one of my foster daughters was a mentor herself, a peer mentor through Mercy High School work. And so I've been able to see mentoring and Big Brothers, Big Sisters mentoring from all sides. And this is certainly the gold standard of mentoring, no doubt. And the fact that mentoring can make such an impact in the lives of youth, on attendance, academic achievement, the list goes on and on. The research is all there supporting it. And I know Big Brothers, Big Sisters last year won a national award from Philanthropedia, I believe, for being recognized as having one of the greatest impacts for serving at-risk youth in the community in a positive way. And so it thrills me to just be an advocate for mentoring and to be able to say thank you to all the people up here, because mentoring can't happen without all of our volunteers and supporters.
Tell us why you decided to sign up for Big Brothers, Big Sisters as a mentor last year.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is something that I've always wanted to do growing up. My dad was actually a big brother when he was younger, so I kind of got the inspiration from him, but because of college and things like that, I never really got into it. I actually started with Big Brothers Big Sisters in Colorado Springs when I lived there and worked there, and when I moved to Omaha, I thought, hey, what a great way to meet people. I was new to the area, didn't have a job, so I thought, what a neat thing to join and to kind of continue that on in my life.
My family, we grown up poor. I'd experienced a lot of financial issues when I was young, a lot of social issues, wore a lot of hand-me-downs, tried to give myself a lot of haircuts that didn't turn out quite so well. And so I always wondered, as my life, kind of progressed, and I was the first person in my family to go to college, I thought more and more about how my life might be a little bit different, even with everything I'd been through, if I would have had someone like me in my life when I was younger. My parents separated when I was really young, and I was raised by my mother and her sisters, so I didn't have a lot of male influences in my life either. So last year, someone that I work with said, hey, Cynric, you should put a team together. And not knowing anything about the program, just knowing that Big Brothers Big Sisters was a good organization, I decided to go ahead and do it. And after we did last year's fundraiser, the idea of becoming a Big Brother became more and more frequent in my thoughts.
Thank you, Cynric. And Adrianna, you and Alexander were matched about the same time last year.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about the support that this organization offers you throughout the year to really make that match successful.
Having a very busy schedule and working and the time commitment that you want to give to your little sister, the organization plans a whole month in advance, and so I can look at my email and say, oh, this is what we're doing on Sunday, this is what we're doing in 2 weeks, this is what we're doing in 3 weeks, and the activities are so wide and varied that it's a great opportunity for me to get out there and have some fun as well. So we've done so many things, and one of the activities that really stands out is going to U Bounce. And so that was something that I never would have planned on my own. I didn't even know what it was. I kind of got into it and didn't realize it's just this huge room that is this bouncing facility, and we have a really good time. And I had so much fun. My throat hurt, my side hurt from laughing so much. And Alexandra was just such a great participant, and she's at an age where she's so vulnerable to criticism that it's really nice to be in that environment where you have the support of the agency really encouraging, go have fun, go be silly, enjoy each other, go race down the slide.
We talked a little bit about earlier the architecture camp that JD got to go to. Tell me what it was like after you dropped him off, nervous, a little apprehensive, to come back a week later and see him light up.
He didn't want to leave, and it was hard. I'm like, we gotta go, get your bags, come on. We got things to do, but to see a change in a person like that I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it again, and I was there, so I'm reliving it again, and it's difficult to put into words what that was like, but you know how important it is when you see it.
And Jack and Mary, now you've been matched with your little for 5 years now, since 2007. Tell me what your experience has been like in that time.
Well, our major objective has been to enrich his life, not to be his parent or his grandparents, but to expose him to a broad range of, you mentioned career activities. But Mary and I both are people who've had multiple careers, and we believe firmly that what we need to do with Matthew and to enjoy Matthew is to expand his view of the world, but to understand also what is required to get from here to there. And that it's easy to be interested in being, for the example that we use as an architect, but it requires a very dedicated, planned approach to be able to be successful in realizing that career objective. Matthew's been a real delight. We bring him to our house, our dogs love him. Every aspect of our life has in some way been affected by the opportunity to have the time with him.
Well, Mary, I think that's key when Jack says that you have gotten just as much out of that match as Matthew obviously has.
That's really true. And I think one of the greatest joys for me is when we pick up Matthew, and sometimes he doesn't always go to bed really early the night before. He and his mother, by the way, his mother Dina are here today, so they check with them at table 6 if see if our answers are correct. But he doesn't always go to bed really early, and so sometimes we'll pick him up for something early, and he will be like this. And so when we can get him to show a little energy and to start laughing and smiling, that's huge. That's just huge. And he's a lot of fun. This guy has a memory that is incredible when he wants to use it.
Tell me a little bit about why Big Brothers Big Sisters in the Midlands is so good.
You know, there's standards for mentoring. There's a lot of programs throughout the community that call themselves mentoring, and I'm sure they're really fabulous programs, but all of the positive impact for mentoring, the improved academic achievement, improved attendance, decrease in risky behaviors, improved peer relationships, improved relationships with parents, with teachers, etc. That list goes on, but it's based on a certain set of standards. And Big Brother, Big Sister model not only follows those practices, but they follow the gold standard of those practices.
Tell us a little bit about, we mentioned that Parage's family home burned in February. Tell me about how you stepped up and helped them really pull the pieces together.
Well, I guess first of all, I feel like you're giving me a lot of credit because I am surrounded by wonderful people. But the way the story progressed is in February, Doreen, who is Parage's mother, and I talked. I actually saw a posting on Facebook. I didn't realize it had happened. I hadn't seen the news that night. And their house burned, and they literally lost everything, including their family dog. They were, luckily no one was home, but they lost everything. And you think about what you need to run a home. You need hangers. You need silverware. Of course you need clothes. You need the things that you think about, but it's all those little incidentals. And so all I really did is I put out an email to friends, family, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, some people I knew through Habitat through Humanity, because truly, thank God, Doreen had just completed her home through Habitat for Humanity and was due to move into their new home in about 3 weeks. So Habitat for Humanity and the bank moved the date up when she could move in, so they had a home to go to. They had a home, they had a roof over their head, but they didn't have hangers, they didn't have furniture, they didn't have kitchen utensils. So I sent out an email, and this community is so amazing. I had people step up and provide sippy cups, a high chair for the baby. I had people say, we will outfit their living room, we'll buy the furniture, the tables. So it truly was people in this community, and the people who I am lucky enough to be surrounded by, who stepped up and did so many good works. It was an amazing experience.
Well, I have to say, my time is up, and I have barely, I feel like, scratched the surface with this incredible group. It really is absolutely amazing. Let's give them a quick round of applause for